Fame can be a double-edged sword. While some celebrities bask in love and admiration, others become targets of intense hate and controversy. In this video, we are counting down the 10 most hated celebrities and exploring the scandals, feuds, and shocking behaviors that turn millions of fans into furious critics. Starting our list at number 10, we have James Corden. James became a global sensation with The Late Late Show and his famous carpool karaoke segments. But behind the scenes, stories about his behavior paint a very different picture. Reports of him being rude to restaurant staff, dismissive to fans, and difficult to work with on set have tarnished his cheerful public persona. Many people feel his humor is forced and self-indulgent rather than genuinely funny, and his repeated controversies involving waitstaff and service workers have only fueled the dislike. Some fans believe he embodies the worst of celebrity entitlement. Despite attempts to show a friendly side on camera, the public perception of James Corden has become more negative over time, making him one of the most disliked TV hosts in recent years. Moving on to number 9, we have Gwyneth Paltrow. Once adored for her acting talent and her Oscar-winning performance, Gwyneth is now more famous for her lifestyle brand, Goop, than her movies. Goop has become notorious for promoting questionable wellness products and pseudoscientific treatments that many doctors and scientists criticize as dangerous and misleading. Whether it's jade eggs or bizarre detox regimens, her recommendations often spark ridicule and anger online. In interviews, Gwyneth sometimes comes across as elitist and disconnected from ordinary people's realities, further alienating her audience. Her strong opinions about health and her seemingly constant need to promote expensive products have turned many former fans against her. She has also faced backlash for her comments on motherhood, acting, and privilege, which some interpret as tone-deaf and arrogant. Despite the backlash, she continues to push her brand and remains a major figure in celebrity wellness culture. Her case is a perfect example of how quickly public opinion can turn, even for once beloved stars. Paltrow's reputation highlights how celebrities can become symbols of larger cultural frustrations, in her case representing the excesses and contradictions of wellness trends that promise transformation but often alienate more than they help. Combined with her public persona that feels disconnected from the struggles of ordinary people, it's no surprise that Gwyneth has become such a polarizing figure. As we continue our countdown, the stories get even more shocking and complex, showing that fame can be both a blessing and a curse depending on how celebrities handle their public and private lives. Stay tuned for more names that might surprise you as we reveal the most hated stars in entertainment. Coming in at number 8, we have Justin Bieber. From the moment he burst onto the scene as a teenage heartthrob, Justin seemed unstoppable. Millions of fans worldwide adored him, but fame came with a price. As a young star, Justin's behavior quickly spiraled out of control. He was caught in numerous controversies, from egging his neighbor's house to reckless driving in his sports car. His disrespectful attitude towards fans and hotel staff made headlines repeatedly, and some incidents, like spitting on fans from a hotel balcony, shocked even his most loyal supporters. Although Justin has tried to turn his life around in recent years, opening up about his struggles with mental health, addiction, and fame, many people still see him as a symbol of spoiled celebrity culture. His image has been permanently stained by his wild teenage years, and for some, his apologies have come too late. Despite releasing heartfelt songs and finding stability in his marriage, he remains one of the most polarizing figures in pop music. Even his musical talent has not been enough to repair the damage to his reputation, and while his devoted fans stand by him, the general public often remembers the scandals more than the songs. This duality defines his career today as he tries to balance personal growth with public perception. Moving on to number 7, we have Anne Hathaway. It's hard to imagine that an actress as talented and seemingly kind as Anne Hathaway could make it onto a list like this, but the so-called hot phenomenon took the internet by storm during her Oscar campaign for Les Miserables. Many people felt she was too rehearsed, too eager to be liked, and too perfect. Her emotional speeches and constant media appearances made her seem insincere to some viewers. The backlash grew so intense that it overshadowed her impressive acting achievements and turned her into an unexpected villain of award season. Anne herself has since spoken about how much the public hatred affected her, admitting that it led her to retreat from the spotlight for a while. She has worked hard to present a more relaxed and authentic image, hoping to win back the public's affection. However, for some people, that first impression stuck. Despite her efforts to be more relatable and down-to-earth, she still faces criticism and remains one of the most divisive actresses in Hollywood. Her experience highlights how public perception can shift dramatically and how even good intentions can sometimes be misinterpreted. The backlash against Anne Hathaway was so widespread that it became a cultural phenomenon, with endless memes and jokes circulating online. While many now consider the hate unfair and excessive, it left a lasting mark on her career and public image. Even today, when she takes on new roles, some audiences are quick to judge her sincerity, proving how difficult it can be to shake off a negative public narrative once it takes hold. Her story is a reminder of how fragile celebrity admiration can be and how easily it can transform into dislike when a star's persona does not align with what audiences expect or desire. Stay with us as we move higher up the list and dive into even more shocking stories of fame turned sour. Taking the 6th spot, we have Chris Brown. Chris was once seen as the future of R&B music, a young artist with immense talent and charisma who seemed destined for global superstardom. Everything changed in 2009 when he violently assaulted his then-girlfriend, Rihanna. The images of her injuries shocked the world and instantly turned him into a symbol of celebrity violence and toxic masculinity. Even though Chris served his sentence and attempted to publicly apologize, he continued to be involved in further legal troubles, violent altercations, and explosive social media outbursts. For many, his lack of sincere remorse and his repeated aggressive behavior make him one of the most hated celebrities in modern entertainment. While he still maintains a fiercely loyal fan base that defends him passionately, the general public opinion remains overwhelmingly negative. His story stands as a cautionary tale about how quickly a promising career can be destroyed by personal actions and an inability to control one's anger. Moving on to the 5th place, we have Katherine Heigl. Katherine was once considered America's sweetheart thanks to her breakout role on Grey's Anatomy and her success in romantic comedies. However, her fall from grace was as dramatic as it was swift. In 2008, she famously withdrew her Emmy nomination, claiming that the writing on Grey's Anatomy did not deserve such recognition, which many saw as a major insult to her colleagues and the show's writers. She also publicly criticized the hit film Knocked Up, calling it sexist despite having starred in it herself, which further fueled her reputation for being ungrateful. Rumors of her difficult behavior on set and her reported high demands spread rapidly throughout Hollywood. She was soon labeled difficult and unprofessional, a reputation that led studios to consider her more of a liability than an asset. As a result, her career began to decline rapidly. Even though Katherine has since tried to repair her image with more humble interviews and a return to television roles, the damage was already done. Many fans and industry insiders still view her as a prime example of how arrogance and a lack of tact can derail a once promising career. Her story serves as a reminder that in Hollywood, relationships and reputation are often just as important as talent. Her situation underscores how quickly public and professional support can evaporate when an actor is perceived as disrespectful or ungrateful, and how hard it is to win back favor once that perception takes hold. Even today, despite her efforts to be more open and relatable, many viewers still remember the Katherine Heigl who openly criticized her own projects and alienated her colleagues. This lingering image makes her one of the most controversial and disliked actresses of the past 2 decades. As we move forward on our list, the stories become even more intense, showcasing just how fragile celebrity status can be and how quickly admiration can turn into widespread hatred. Stay tuned as we reveal the stars who occupy the very top spots on our countdown of the most hated celebrities. Coming in at 4th place, we have Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay was once America's beloved child star, stealing hearts in films like The Parent Trap and Mean Girls. With her natural charisma and undeniable talent, she was set to become one of Hollywood's brightest stars. However, as she grew older, her personal life began to overshadow her professional success. A series of arrests, court appearances, failed rehab stints, and chaotic behavior turned Lindsay into a media sensation for all the wrong reasons. At first, the public sympathized with her struggles, recognizing the pressures of child stardom and the toxic environment of Hollywood. But as her troubles continued and her behavior became more erratic, sympathy turned into frustration and eventually into scorn. Her once promising career crumbled, and she became a constant fixture in tabloids, more famous for her scandals than her acting. Even though she has tried to make comebacks over the years, including reality shows and small film projects, the damage to her reputation has been severe. Lindsay's story serves as a painful reminder of how fame at a young age, combined with poor guidance and personal demons, can lead to a devastating downfall. Many people still see her as a symbol of wasted potential and Hollywood excess, unable to reclaim the love and respect she once commanded. Moving on to third place, we have Mel Gibson. Once one of the most respected actors and directors in Hollywood, Mel Gibson's career took a catastrophic turn after a series of shocking scandals. In 2006, he was arrested for drunk driving and went on a drunken anti-Semitic rant against the arresting officers, which instantly destroyed his public image. Not long after, recordings surfaced of him making racist comments and threatening his then-partner, which further cemented his reputation as an abusive and hateful figure. These incidents led to widespread outrage, and Gibson was effectively blacklisted from major Hollywood projects for years. Although he attempted comebacks, including directing acclaimed films, the public and industry backlash remained strong. Many former fans and colleagues refused to support him, viewing him as a symbol of deep-seated prejudice and violence in the entertainment world. His few successful projects in recent years have been overshadowed by his past actions, and his name still sparks intense debate whenever it appears in headlines. While some argue that he deserves a chance at redemption, many believe his offenses were too severe to forgive. Mel Gibson's story shows how even a career filled with critical and commercial success can be utterly destroyed by personal misconduct and hateful behavior. His fall from grace is one of the most dramatic in Hollywood history, turning a beloved star into one of the most despised figures in entertainment. Even today, his appearances on screen or in public generate immediate backlash and protests, proving that some actions leave scars that time cannot heal. As we approach the final two spots on our list, the stories become even more controversial and intense, highlighting the dark side of fame and the consequences of living life constantly under the microscope. Stay with us as we uncover who took the second and first place on our list of the most hated celebrities of all time, and why their actions continue to divide and outrage fans around the world. Reaching the second place on our list, we have Kim Kardashian. Kim is one of the most famous women on the planet, but she is also one of the most divisive and widely hated celebrities of the modern era. From her rise to fame through a leaked private tape to building a massive media empire with Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim has managed to stay in the spotlight for over a decade. While she has undeniably turned her fame into a hugely successful business, many people see her as the ultimate symbol of everything wrong with modern celebrity culture. Critics accuse her of being famous for nothing, promoting superficial beauty standards, and encouraging materialism and vanity on a global scale. Her carefully curated Instagram posts, constant brand launches, and endless publicity stunts have only fueled the perception that she is shallow and out of touch. Beyond that, Kim has often been criticized for cultural appropriation, particularly for adopting styles and traditions from Black culture in ways many consider exploitative. Despite her efforts to rebrand herself in recent years as a criminal justice advocate and business mogul, she continues to face widespread skepticism and hostility from the public. Her life is a never-ending reality show, and while millions admire her success, just as many view her as a representation of empty fame and commercial excess. Finally, taking the first place as the most hated celebrity, we have Kanye West. Kanye began his career as a groundbreaking musician and producer, celebrated for his innovation and artistic genius. However, his increasingly erratic behavior over the years has completely transformed his public image. His infamous interruption of Taylor Swift's acceptance speech at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards marked the beginning of his long decline in public favor. From there, he spiraled into a series of controversies, including public rants about fellow celebrities, bizarre social media outbursts, and deeply offensive comments on slavery and politics. His sudden shifts in religious and political affiliations have left even his most devoted fans confused and disappointed. In recent years, Kanye has doubled down on his unpredictable persona, often making headlines for statements and actions that many consider harmful and deeply offensive. His multiple presidential campaign attempts, public mental health struggles, and personal conflicts have only added to the chaos surrounding his name. While some argue that his actions are cries for help and signs of genuine mental health challenges, others see them as manipulative publicity stunts designed to keep him in the headlines. Despite the controversies, Kanye still maintains a strong base of loyal fans who support his music and fashion ventures, but for the majority of the public, he has become a cautionary tale of unchecked ego and fame gone wrong. His journey from celebrated genius to one of the most hated figures in entertainment is both tragic and fascinating, showing just how far a star can fall when they lose touch with reality and empathy. And that concludes our list of the 10 most hated celebrities in the world. From scandalous outbursts and shocking crimes to arrogance and manipulative PR strategies, each of these stars has given the public countless reasons to turn against them. Their stories are reminders that fame is fragile, and no matter how beloved you are today, a few wrong moves can turn admiration into hatred overnight. So, what do you think? Do these celebrities deserve a second chance, or have they crossed a line that makes redemption impossible? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more deep dives into celebrity scandals, true Hollywood stories, and shocking lists that reveal the dark side of fame. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the world behind the red carpet.